Welcome to our third CSUN 2014 SPN special, sponsored by HIMSS Inc. I'm Jamie Pauls. For the next few moments, Ricky and Joe bring you more interviews right from the floor of CSUN 2014.
Live at CSUN 2014 for coverage sponsored by HIMSS. I am Ricky Enger for the Sarah Talk Podcast Network, and I'm joined today by Bruce Stover from Discover Technologies. Hello, Bruce.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing quite well. Discover Technologies does some pretty interesting stuff, especially if SharePoint is a part of your daily life. Why don't you talk a little bit about that, Bruce?
Thank you, Ricky. What we have done is we've taken a look at what problems blind and low vision workers have with SharePoint, and we've redesigned the architecture to make it very usable. What it does is it strips out all the Chrome and the things that you don't need if you're not a sighted person. And we've made it easy to go from the start menu all the way through to create documents, edit documents, create calendar views, make the calendar view accessible, so that everything is done on one page in a very linear fashion rather than having to look at the whole page and go left, right, and scan and read the entire page with assistive technology.
You can also do some document collaboration on SharePoint as well, right?
That's correct. If you want to upload a document or share it with your team or create a team site, you can do all of that using our technology. Doing it in native SharePoint out of the box, if you are blind, is very frustrating and next to
problematic at best.
At best.
So using this technology, is it dependent on what sort of screen reader you are using? If you need access to SharePoint, what kind of assistive technology are you going to have to use along with what you guys have done?
We've made it accessible with Windows, NVDA, and JAWS. And we recommend JAWS. Freedom Scientific has done a great job with their product, and we work with anyone. So we're not platform dependent, but we do recommend JAWS and Freedom Scientific because they've done a great job with their products.
Right. The company I work for as part of my day job also has a screen reader called System Access, and we will certainly be contacting you to make sure that we are able to get SharePoint working as well. Awesome. And SharePoint is incredibly important in the enterprise space. So this is certainly welcome for people who, again, have to use SharePoint as part of their jobs. How long has this existed?
Our technology has only existed for about 6 months.
Wow.
We worked with this. This is cutting edge. We worked with folks at the Federal Drug Administration, Food and Drug Administration, FDA, I'm sorry, in Washington, D.C., and we also have had this tested by the AFB, and we've had folks trying this and working on it in the marketplace and improving it as we go. So we've actually consulted and used blind workers to tell us how to best make it usable for them. We haven't just sat in a room and said, okay, we think we know what's best.
Exactly.
We don't. We're using this in the field with blind workers, and they're SharePoint functioning folks.
Right.
So they're helping us out.
And it's fantastic to get that sort of feedback from the people who are actually going to benefit from this.
Correct. They use it every day.
So let's say that there is someone out there who is attempting to use SharePoint or has just been told that, all right, as part of your job, we are now moving to SharePoint and you have to access it. What are they going to need to do to get access to what you've built?
All they need to go is to our website, www.discovertechnologies.com, and they can get in touch with us and we'll help them find a way to get it. If they're working in a federal government, they can be part of the CAP program, and CAP will buy our system, our solution for them if they go to CAP and say, I'd like to have this technology.
Right.
It doesn't cost them anything that way. It doesn't cost their agency anything that way. It all comes out of the CAP budget. And we've already presented to CAP, so they're familiar with us. So if someone is in any of the agencies in government who deals with CAP, all they have to do is call those folks up and say, hey, we'd like to have this put in our environment. And they'll make sure it's available for you.
Good deal.
Can't beat free.
No, not at all. And again, that's www.discovertechnologies.com, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Bruce, I want to thank you for taking a little time to talk with me about this, and I know that many, many people are going to benefit and perhaps even stay employed in positions that they might not have otherwise been able to keep because of this.
And another point, Ricky, before you go, sorry, thank you very much for having me on. But this also is for folks who are trying to learn a skill.
Right.
So this makes it very easy to learn SharePoint. It's easier to learn SharePoint with our usable mode than it is for sighted people to learn to use SharePoint. We've shortcut that whole process. So this is a way that you can get into a field with a high-paid job, $40 an hour and up. So SharePoint is the way of the future. It's the way people are going within enterprises. 90% of the federal government, 80% of the Fortune 500 companies all use SharePoint. So we can help people who aren't in the SharePoint market get into the SharePoint market.
Indeed, and that is wonderful, opening up opportunities to people who might not otherwise have had them.
Very true.
Thank you again for speaking with me, and again, www.discovertechnologies.com for more info.
Thank you.
Thank you. For the Sarah Talk Podcast Network, I'm Ricky Enger.